Parents say, "My child is safe. This town is safe." But the truth is this: safety is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. Every missing teen story proves it. Safety is not real. Safety is an illusion. Danger can hide anywhere. In the park, on the walk home, even inside your own street. And when parents believe too strongly in safety, they go blind to the signs of danger. This case will open your eyes. It was an ordinary afternoon. She left the house like any other day. No one thought it would be the last time. She wore her favorite jeans, a plain white t-shirt, shoes she always slipped on without thinking. A simple look, just like a normal teenager heading out. She told her mom she'd be right back, maybe to see a friend, maybe to grab something from the store. She didn't carry much, just her phone and a little cash. A neighbor waved when she walked down the street. A friend said she saw her near the corner store. Small moments, tiny details. Each one became the last proof that she was still safe. And then silence. Her phone went quiet. Messages unanswered. Calls with no reply. The sun went down, but she did not come home. The street looked the same. The houses stood still, but she was gone, and no one could say why. My name is Detective Daniel, and welcome to Detective Daniel Files. Here, we search for the truth in the shadows. We follow the missing paths, the unanswered calls, and the secrets that hide in plain sight. Before we go deeper, I want to know you, the people who care about these stories. Tell me your name, and tell me where you're watching from. Drop it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button so you never miss a case, because every missing voice deserves to be heard. The sun went down, and her parents thought she would walk back through the door at any moment. Dinner was ready. Her chair was waiting, but the house stayed quiet. They called her phone once, twice, 10 times. Each call went to voicemail. Each unanswered ring made the air heavier, the silence louder. Her mom stood at the window, staring into the dark street. Her dad walked from room to room, picking up his keys, then putting them down again, not knowing what to do. Minutes turned into hours. Fear grew like a shadow that would not go away. This was not just a late night. This was something else. And then came the moment no parent ever wants to face. The call to the police. A shaky voice on the other end, saying the words, "My daughter is missing." That first night is the hardest, and the cruelest truth is this: the first 24 hours are life or death. They lived in a quiet neighborhood, streets lined with trees, neighbors who waved as they watered their lawns, parents who believed nothing bad could ever happen there. It was the kind of town people called safe, a place where doors stayed unlocked, and kids rode their bikes until the streetlights came on. Everyone trusted everyone, but safety is not a shield. It is a story we tell ourselves to feel better. Rachel Cook was taken while jogging in her Texas suburb, less than 200 yards from her home. Kristen Smart vanished from a college campus where students thought they were protected. Tara Calico never came back from her bike ride on a sunny morning. Safe towns, familiar streets, loving families, and still the children never came home. Danger does not hide only in dark alleys. It hides in the places we least expect. It hides in the ordinary. And that is why this town, the one everyone thought was safe, became the place where a predator moved unseen. The call went out and officers arrived. They began with the basics, knocking on doors, asking neighbors what they saw. Some said they remembered her walking by. Others said they noticed nothing unusual at all. No loud sounds, no screams, just an ordinary evening on an ordinary street. Police checked phone records. They pulled camera footage from stores and street corners. They searched the places she might have gone: the park, the store, a friend's house. Everywhere they looked, the answer was the same. She was there, and then she wasn't. Her parents stood by, begging for more. "Please find her. Please don't stop." Their voices cracked with fear. Their eyes searched every face, hoping someone would finally say the words they longed to hear. "We found her." But hours kept passing. The trail was already going cold. And the painful truth is this: sometimes police move too slow, and in those lost hours, a child's life can slip further away. When the streets gave no answers, police turned to her phone, and that's when another world opened up, the world of her social media. There were posts, messages, and late-night chats, smiling selfies sent to friends, quick replies that seemed harmless, and then messages from names her parents didn't know. Some of those friends were not friends at all. Behind those screens could be anyone, a classmate, a stranger, or a predator pretending to be someone safe. Predators don't need dark alleys anymore. They hide inside glowing screens. They send kind words, fake promises, and wait for the moment a child trusts them enough to meet. In my book, Predator Next Door, I show how online chats are the #1 way predators hunt teens. If you are a parent, you need to read it before it's too late. By the second day, whispers began to spread. At school, kids told stories of what they thought happened. Some swore they saw her near the park. Others said she had run away. None of it was certain. Neighbors stood outside in small groups, speaking in low voices. One claimed they heard a strange car. Another said they noticed a man watching from a corner. Everyone had a version of the truth, but no one had the facts. Then came the false sightings. A girl in another town who looked like her. A stranger on a bus that matched her description. Each tip gave hope for a moment, and then crashed into disappointment when it led nowhere. The community was no longer calm. Doors that were once left unlocked were now bolted tight. Parents pulled their children closer, and fear began to take control. Because fear spreads faster than the truth, and once it takes hold, it is almost impossible to stop. Then came the first pieces of evidence. A single shoe, left near the edge of the road. Was it hers? Her mother said yes. Her father said no. The police sent it for testing. Days passed. No clear answer. Her phone was later found in the grass. Its screen cracked. Battery dead. Once it had been her lifeline. Messages, photos, calls to her parents. Now it was nothing more than a broken shell. And then there was the car. A neighbor swore they saw a dark vehicle parked near the corner that night. Another said it drove away fast, without headlights. Police chased the lead, but it ended in another dead end. Each clue gave a spark of hope. Each test, each report, each waiting day drained it away again, because not every clue leads to truth. And in cases like this, false clues waste the most precious thing of all, time. This was not the first time. In town after town, the pattern repeats itself. A smiling teen, an ordinary day, and then gone. Predators follow the same tricks. They offer rides to kids walking alone. They promise fake jobs that sound too good to be true. They send messages filled with fake love, making a child feel special, seen, wanted. And when trust is built, they take it all away. Rachel Cook, Kristen Smart, Tara Calico, different names, different years, same tactics. It happens again and again. And still too many parents believe it won't happen here. In my book, Predator Next Door, I explain these tricks in detail, step by step, so you can protect your child before a predator even makes their move. Don't wait until the news comes to your door. Learn how they work, and stop them first. At first, the neighbors talked. They shared what they saw, what they thought, what they feared. But as the days passed, the voices grew quieter. Doors closed. Curtains stayed shut. Some were afraid of being wrong. Others were afraid of being right. And some simply wanted to pretend nothing had happened at all. But silence is dangerous. Silence protects the guilty. And silence leaves parents standing alone, begging for answers in a town full of locked mouths. So the question remains, if someone knows, why won't they tell? And I ask you watching right now, if it were your street, your neighbor, your child, would you speak up? The phone lines lit up. Dozens of calls came in, each one promising a clue, a lead, a way to bring her home. Some callers swore they saw her in another town. Others claimed they knew who took her. Every tip felt like a lifeline. Parents clung to the hope that the next call would be the one. But many of those calls were lies. Cruel hoaxes from strangers who wanted attention. And even the honest ones, the shaky voices reporting sightings, all ended in dead ends. Every false lead cost time. Every dead end crushed the parents' hearts a little more. Because in a case like this, even hope can be cruel. And then at last, a break. Police found new CCTV footage. A shadow in the corner of the frame. A car driving slowly past the very street she was last seen on. The image was grainy, the plates unclear, but it was something. Not long after, a witness stepped forward. A man walking his dog that night. He remembered the car, dark in color, parked too long, the engine running with no lights on. It was the same car that appeared in the footage, the same car neighbors had whispered about. For the first time, the search had direction. Police followed the lead with everything they had, chasing records, tracing owners, knocking on doors. The case was no longer standing still. The hunt was on. The search ended in silence. Her body was found far from home, hidden where no child should ever be. Some say it was the forest, quiet and cold. Others recall a lonely stretch of highway. In this case, it was worse. The trunk of a car. The discovery was made by workers who noticed the smell. The car was opened, and there she was. No longer the smiling girl who once walked down her street. Forensic teams moved carefully. Gloves, masks, quiet voices. They collected what was left, taking note of every small detail. The clothes she wore, the condition of her body, the time that had passed. But for her parents, no science could soften the blow. The call came, and their world collapsed. A mother's scream, a father's silence, a home that would never feel alive again. This is the moment the illusion of safety dies. The car that held her body was not just any vehicle. It was traced, registered, and belonged to someone who could no longer hide. The suspect's name was revealed. A man who lived close enough to watch, close enough to follow. He was not a stranger in the shadows. He was someone within reach of her world. Police dug into his past. Old records showed arrests that were dismissed, complaints that never led to charges,